Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, guys, please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. So it looks like Gothic Therapy has got another article for us, a video for us, and this talks about Sweet Baby Inc. once again. So let's see what we've got. Sweet Baby Inc. exposed. YouTuber uncovers shockingly alleged origin story and hidden founder erased from history. So right now, it looks like Master of the TDS and Riding Raven have finally may have exposed Sweet Baby Inc. right now. There is a video that I'm not gonna watch and everything, but the article, it looks interesting to read and everything. So let's take a read at it and see what is going on. A new exposed from YouTube channel Gothic Therapy, hosted by Master of the TDS and Riding Raven, has exploited across gaming circles, pulling back the curtain on the origin of one of the most controversial narrative consultancies in the industry, Sweet Baby Inc., long positioned as a boutique firm dedicated to uplifting marginalized voices through storytelling. The company now faces devastating allegations that its very foundation is a fabricated cover story and that it may have government roots. So, if those of you that don't know who Sweet Baby Inc. is, okay, Sweet Baby Inc. is a company that is involved themselves with DEI and woke nonsense and wants to do political messaging on certain entertainment, which is games. And they've done that in partial of Miles Morales' story in Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales in there. Then they did God of War Ragnarok by race swapping one of the Norse gods and everything. But still, I played those two games and I enjoyed it, but not in certain aspects of it. But games like Alan Wake 2, Star Wars Outlaw, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Dustborn, Concord, those games went into ruin, and so did Forspoken. And those games came out in those certain companies like EA, Activision. What other titles? Ubisoft. Especially Ubisoft. They have gotten themselves into a bit of trouble, and with layoffs, bankruptcy, you name it, man. And it's just been ruined. And it's like I've said many of times, whatever Sweet Baby Inc. touches and gets themselves involved in, your game will be ruined. And it's been done. It's been done miraculously, bro. Miraculously. Way too much. So, let's read more of this and everything. This video, honestly titled The End of Sweet Baby Lie, goes far beyond the typical criticism of DEI influence in gaming. It claims to uncover a buried founder, falsify company records, and what could be deep ties to the Canadian government. If what's alleged in the video is true, Sweet Baby Inc.'s rise in the gaming industry was not organic, but orchestrated. Full transparency, Riding Raven on the Gothic Therapy YouTube channel writes, for that dark part place on unrelated matters under the name of Raven Redgrave. The Sweet Baby myths falls apart. Sweet Baby Inc. claims it was founded in 2018 by Kim Blair, Dave Bedard, and Aridian McGillivray, three friends with a dream of reforming game narratives. The press-friendly origin story of Sweet Baby Inc. has been repeated in interviews, panels, and keynotes for years. But Gothic Therapy dug into Canadian government filings and discovered that their real story begins with someone else entirely, a man named Terrence Jason Herberts. According to corporation records, Terrence was listed on day one as a vice president, director, and shareholder. His name appears as one of the actual founding members of the company in 2018, alongside Kim Blair and Aridian McGillivray. I can't pronounce it right. Yeah. But there's a twist. Hubert's name was quietly scrubbed from the record a year later in a corporate correction. His shares were retroactively reassigned to Belair, effectively rewriting the past and removing him from history. Bedard was only brought into the company in 2020 as years after the company's incorporation, yet he has frequently been referred to as a co-founder. This timeline simply doesn't add up. And that's just the beginning. The Montreal Condo and Dead Shell Company on May 21st of 2018 from a single Montreal condo unit, 1414 Rue Community Apartment 101. Two companies were incorporated by Terrence Jason Huberts. One was numbered company 10792357 Canadian Incorporated, which quietly dissolved in 2021. The other Sweet Baby Inc. Same name, same condo, same day. One was discarded. The other grew into a media darling, helping shape AAA games under the guise of a narrative justice. Yet the man who started it all, completely gone, no website mention, no interviews, no social presence, no credit. Gothic Therapy calls it what appears to be erasure. The Vanishing Man. The deeper Gothic Therapy dug into Terrence Jason Huberts, the stranger things became. There's no LinkedIn, no public records, no explanation for why a co-founder would be wiped from existence, but then came a potential clue. In the late 1980s, a man named Terry Huberts served as a member of British Columbia's Legislative Assembly and Minister of Parks. In his sparse interviews from that time, he publicly mentioned having a son named Jason. Interesting. Very interesting. That name match isn't trivial. Neither is what came next. Gothic Therapy uncovered that one of Terrence Jason Hubert's companies listed a business address at 475 Elgin Street in Ottawa, while Terry Huberts years later operated a veterinary clinic at 475 Broadmead Village in Victoria, two entirely different cities but the same suite number 475. According to the channel, the statistical odds of these overlapping names, family connections, and address numbers aligning by pure coincidence is 1 in 100 million. The framework that changes everything. In 1989, at Ministry of Parks, Terry Huberts authored a government policy framework that outlined how private contractors could be embedded within public systems quietly and efficiently and without public scrutiny. If Terrence Hubert is the same name or the son of that man, the Gothic Therapy allegiance Sweet Baby Inc. may have been structured from the beginning to operate similarly as an embedded narrative force with gaming companies, a consultancy with a mission not to just tell stories, but to control them. If this is the same man, then Sweet Baby Inc. wasn't built to tell stories. Master of the TDS said in the video, it was created by the Canadian government from day one, structured by an insider in disguised as a consultancy used to control the narrative. The government response that raises more questions. Following the video's release, Gothic Therapy sent a formal request to the British Columbia Legislative Assembly asking for Terry Hubert's full legal name. The response, they couldn't confirm it. There it is right here. Him trying to get it. Because candidates are not required to use their legal names on ballots or in parliamentary documents, and the Assembly could neither confirm nor deny whether Terry Huberts was short for Terrence Jason Huberts. In the words of Gothic Therapy, the truth was never meant to be found, but we found it anyway. The alias that wasn't supposed to be found. Even more chilling, Gothic Therapy discovered that Sweet Baby Inc. registered a second business alias, designed Sweet Baby, on the exact same day as the original filing. It has no public use for branding and no clear purpose. The theory, it was a lifeboat identity, a backup plan in case the first brand faced collapse. So what is the true origin of Sweet Baby Inc.? If what Gothic Therapy revealed is accurate, Sweet Baby Inc. is not the grassroots, justice-driven narrative from its claims to be. It's a company with a falsified origin, a buried founder, and possible ties to Canadian government operations. The erasure of Terrence Jason Hubert's, the rewriting of company filings, the statistical overlap with a government official, the second secret alias, all of it paints to a potential picture not of idealism, but of orchestration. People have speculated that Sweet Baby Inc. might be receiving government funding, the master of the TDS said, but if this connection is real, then the company wasn't just funded by the Canadian government, it was built by a former government official from the very beginning. And when the truth threatened the image, they rewrote it. Not because it didn't matter, writing raving added, but because it mattered too much to let you see. If the gaming company is still working with Sweet Baby Inc., they might want to ask who really founded this company. What's the origin of the Sweet Baby Inc.? And what exactly are you letting them know right? I'll tell you one thing right now, man. Gothic Therapy did a great job on this. This is very interesting. This is very interesting info, what they did, bro. So, if you guys have not supported their channels yet, I recommend you guys do so, bro. These guys have done a great job getting on Sweet Baby Inc. and discovering piece by piece of what has been going on with them, bro. And this is big. So we'll see. We'll see if things come into tuition, bro. So you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. So please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.